A couple days ago, this photo came across my timeline, and I thought it was actually really interesting and a great idea. Now, the credit goes to Comic Book Master, or Jensen the King. I believe this is on Twitter. Now, here's what it says. Bruce Wayne has went missing. Pick 2 members of the Bat family pictured to protect the city until Bruce's return. You have Jace Fox, who is Batman for a little while, Nightwing, Cassandra Cain, Tim Drake Robin, or Red Robin, Azrael, you have Jean, or you have Michael Lane. I'm personally going to go with Jean. Red Hood, Batman Beyond, and Damian Wayne Robin. Now, I think it's easy to look at this picture and simply just pick 2 people out of the list and be like, those guys. Or simply pick your 2 favorite characters of those bunch and say, those 2. However, I wanted to look at this a little more in depth and consider a lot more factors than just choosing my 2 favorite characters of the bunch. There's a lot of things to look at. Batman is gone for some time. We don't know if he's gone for a week, a month, a year, who knows? Let's just take into consideration he's gone for a very long time. We're talking multiple years, and we do not know when he will return in the first place. Who has the most dedication, the most determination? Who has the best skills and abilities? Who knows the most of Batman or Bruce Wayne's life? Who can get along with particular people and certain relationships? Who's going to have the best relationship and even a bonding, growing friendship with someone like Commissioner Gordon or Alfred? Who would actually be the best suited for this? Now, there's 3 things that will be a constant amongst all of these characters, even though some will be better at some of these things more than others. Genius level intellect. Almost anyone part of the Bat family is a genius to some capacity. Everybody knows how to fight. I don't care if they know how to fight 60 different ways, if they know how to fight 30 different ways, if they know how to fight 5 different ways, but have mastered those to the max. Everybody here knows how to fight. And most importantly, everyone here, if they don't have their own supplies, they will have the supplies of Batman. All the stuff in his Batcave, Wayne Enterprises, all of that will be at their fingertips. So intelligence, fighting, equipment, they all have it. I feel like one character that might be disregarded rather quickly would be Jace Fox as Batman. He took up the mantle of Batman for a little while, which, considering, makes you think he would be worthy of protecting Gotham for as long as it took. The fact that he has a genius level intellect, even coming from someone like Mr. Terrific, and his iron will. He has fought off the temptation from Sinestro and even beat bloody Sinestro. So, I mean, the guy's got a lot of crazy skills. At the end of the day, it came down to him being the protector of Gotham. I wouldn't be complaining. That would be a good fit. And if you want somebody who's literally dressing up as Batman, if you want another character who's just going to be Batman for a time being without Bruce Wayne, the characters here you would have to look at would be people like Jace Fox or Dick Grayson, since he has suited up as Batman for a prolonged period. And then Batman Beyond, considering he is a version of Batman. You can even look at Azrael, his most infamous classic run of Batman Nightfall, where he took over the mantle for Bruce Wayne as he recovered from his injury. If you want somebody who understands Bruce Wayne on a professional relationship, friendship level, the people here you will be looking at is once again Nightwing, Tim Drake Robin, Red Hood, and Damian Wayne. You could even make an argument for Cassandra Cain. These people on a particular level are all raised by Bruce Wayne and Alfred, so there's another connection there. And they have been trained to an almost perfect level the way Batman has, because if you're being taught by Batman, you can't go wrong. All 4 of those characters are almost seen as Batman's sons as well, one literally being his biological son. So they would have a particular particular understanding of what it would mean not to take the mantle of Batman, but to take the mantle of protecting Gotham City. There's even an argument to be made there for Batman Beyond, because I've always personally liked the idea of Terry being a clone of Bruce Wayne. So if you take it from that particular instance, he has a relationship to Bruce, and he is trained completely by older Bruce Wayne as well. If you want somebody who will maybe cross particular levels and who might even do certain things that other characters might not do, and I'm not saying killing, but maybe going to the point that even Batman might not really venture out to, and that's saying a lot. I think the characters here you would have to look at are Azrael and Red Hood. There's also an argument to be made here for someone like Damian Wayne and Cassandra Cain. I think if you want the city protected, no questions asked, you will do what you have to do to stop criminals, to stop crime lords, to stop crime waves, to put people behind bars or back in Arkham Asylum. You're looking at Azrael and Red Hood especially. Those are two characters who are not morally or ethically afraid to get their hands dirty. So if I look at these characters one by one and pinpoint certain things that make them fantastic candidates, or certain things that they have other characters don't have, let's just start with Jace Fox. Like I said, he's considered to have a genius level intellect, even though he views his father Lucius and his brother to be more of the brains of the family. He was still capable of understanding how to utilize an antimatter energy source from another universe without ever knowing how to use it before. Even Mr. Terrific didn't think of what he thought of. He may not have the best fighting training in the world, but he was trained by Katana. That is by far nowhere near the worst experience anyone could have. Like I said, he refused the temptation of Sinestro and beat the crap out of him. People can't really say they're defeating galactic level threats with so much ease like that. Oh yeah, I just beat up Sinestro. All good, nothing special. His suit is also made from graphene, which is 100 or 200 times stronger than steel or something like that. But he still has it made in a way where it's lightweight and he can move around just as fast as Batman. So this guy is not a bad option. With Nightwing, what can I say that you guys already don't know? If you're a fan of Batman, there's probably a level to you that is a fan of Nightwing, or Nightwing might even be your favorite character in general. There's nothing I can say that won't have you guys be like, I didn't know that about Nightwing, especially if you're a fan of DC Comics. Nightwing is trained by Bruce Wayne, and I would argue the best trainee he has ever had. Nightwing might have been trained to such a high level, a high degree of training from Bruce Wayne, that there are things he does even better than Batman does. He's even a person I think Bruce wishes he could truly be deep down. And just do yourselves a favor, go to his DC database page and look how many abilities and feats that they have shown for him there. It's like half a page long. There is arguably nobody better to take the mantle for Gotham City while Bruce Wayne Batman would be gone. Cassandra Cain, the best thing to say about her is her fighting ability. The fact that if it comes down to martial arts, if it comes down to fist fighting of any form, she's pretty much going to be safe. There's really nobody who will beat her. She has been considered to be one of the best fighters in the entire world, to the point where Batman has said if they got into a fight, she would likely beat him. Now, we all know with Batman's plot armor, he never truly loses. But with that being said, the man said it himself. I guess it also helps with the fact that she's been that highly trained since she was a child, and her parents are David Cain and Lady Shiva. And Lady Shiva is explained to be the best martial artist in the world. Her history as orphan, her New Age Foundation as being the new Batgirl, I think it would be really handy in taking down whatever threat Gotham would have while Batman is gone, and also the fact that she is a form of a bat. She is a Batgirl. She's maintaining that mantle. Tim Drake, I know some people love him, some people dislike him, and a lot of us feel he's been completely overshadowed and underused over the years. He is by far, in my opinion, the smartest character on this list. I also view Tim Drake as a jack of all trades the way I do Batman. The only difference is with Batman, he is a jack of all trades who is damn near perfect at every single trade. He's better than some of the people who have dedicated their entire life to one trade. Whereas with Tim Drake, he's a jack of all trades in the sense or the idea that yes, he's good at everything. He might even be great or perfect at certain departments, certain things, but he is not so much better than particular people. That being outside of his intelligence, because I think he is the top dog in this list. But I think that's good. Having the ability to be able to know what to do in all types of situations, having all knowledge and fighting skills and gadgets and equipment, whatever it might be, he's useful in every category. If someone in the modern day had to become the next Batman, and it literally was Bruce Wayne is dead and is never coming back, I always thought Tim would be the next man up. And that's not saying he stays the way he is. Tim Drake always has the opportunity to grow and become better than he currently is now. That's the beauty about Tim Drake, is he always has something to grow through, because he is technically in a way one of the younger characters of the Bat family. He's still young enough to get better at so many things. Azrael, once again, not only has he been Batman before, but he will do what he's got to do to keep Gotham City safe. It might be a little more violent or maybe even a little more gruesome than some people might like, but he will get the job done. He is stronger than a regular human. He has enhanced strength and enhanced abilities. His suit even acts as an AI computer database that helps him pinpoint weaknesses in his foes. He's even a touch of an empath, where he's capable of reaching within the minds of his victims and making them see certain things or certain visions. He is a near perfect hand-to-hand expert. He's a highly trained assassin, and I'm pretty sure he can even take on Cassandra Cain along with another member of the Bat family at the same time. So you really could not go wrong with him here. I mean, you do have to question how he would get along with Alfred or Commissioner Gordon. It might not be the best, but it's definitely a consideration. He's done it before. Bruce has asked him to do it before, so why not do it again? Red Hood, which is one of the biggest outliers because of who he is, maybe a little too violent, becoming Red Hood has made him an anti-hero. He has killed. He even in some instances still kills. He doesn't really know where he wants to be. All good, half bad, doing the certain things that needs to be done. I don't know if in good conscience the Bat family could sit here and say, you're the perfect guy for the job. This would be a situation that Red Hood would have to stand up and say, everyone shut their mouths. I'm taking over Gotham City, and if you don't like it, you'll have to try and find a way to stop me. But if there's one thing that we can say about him is, once again, like Azrael, even though he might do things that aren't seen as the best from the viewpoints of the Bat family, he will still get the job done. He will make sure Gotham City is safe. Whereas some of these characters would be willing to have some of these criminals walk into prison just for them to walk out or break out within the next couple of weeks, Jason Todd would have no problem putting a bullet between their heads to ensure that doesn't keep happening. He even has properties of magical abilities because of the Lazarus Pit, which I've always found was a little weird, but canonically speaking, he still has them. I would even argue he might be the absolute best character on this list when it comes to utilizing gadgets and equipment. He knows the best times to use them, where to use them, how to use them. All weaponry he is a master at, so when it comes to that situation, he has the upper hand over everyone. Batman Beyond, he's technically from the future. How would he really be here in this situation? Let's just put that aside and have this idea that he's visiting the modern day world for a little while. I'm gonna stick with this idea that he is the clone of Bruce Wayne. What could go wrong belong there. He's perfectly trained like him. He's got the intelligence of him. He might even have some other added bonuses that Bruce Wayne doesn't have. Coming from the future as well, the biggest thing about him is the gadgets that he's going to have. It is the technology, even his suit. He's going to be a lot more advanced than what they currently have at the moment. That might give him an extreme upper advantage when it comes to protecting the city, being able to simply do things and make jobs easier and quicker that they currently can't do in their timeline. His suit is also by far the most advanced of all of theirs. It can conform to a particular size. The arm blades can extend. The suit can help him lift things upwards of 1,700 pounds or more. It's got its own inbuilt computer, and that's just scratching the surface of what Batman Beyond's suit can really do. Overall, I think if you're looking for someone who's going to change the game, who's going to really think outside the box and be able to do things that these other characters can't do, Batman Beyond is your guy. Then there's Damian Wayne, who once again, in a very similar instance of Dick Grayson being the biological son of Bruce Wayne, he has been trained to an almost perfect level the way Dick Grayson was. What also helps with Damian Wayne is that he was trained by his mother, Talia, and his grandfather, Ra's. I mean, if the boy wanted to, he could be a world's top greatest assassin. Having the skills from his father and his mother, and even learning things about being a Robin, he's another great choice. The biggest downfall about Damian, though, is his arrogance. And I think being one of the two protectors of Gotham while his father is away, I think it would get to him after a little while. Being too arrogant and too cocky, not needing anybody else but himself. Also, I'm thinking about Damian Wayne in the idea that he's probably, let's say, 10 or 12 years old. I would not fully entrust the city savior to be him. He's too young and would need Batman by his side, unless he wants Dick Grayson to take him on, and then bam, there's your two. So with all that being said, kind of a rough idea of what all these characters hold, some of their strengths, their abilities, their weaknesses, their traits, stuff they can do. Who would be the best suited here? I don't actually think there's a right or a wrong answer here. This is all personal opinion based, and I'm obviously not keeping this in consideration of one of these characters are Batman and the other character is a Robin. That's not how I'm doing this. So I'm actually going to go with Nightwing and Batman Beyond. I don't think you could get two other characters who are more than perfect for taking over Gotham City, keeping it protected, and enacting as the Batman. I mean, one, you have Batman right there, future Batman, who's bringing all that futuristic technology and all of his advancements. And then you have Dick Grayson, who is literally the perfect embodiment of Bruce Wayne. He's been trained to the perfect degree. Also, I think Nightwing and Batman Beyond would get along together really well. Working together, learning that Terry is a clone of Bruce Wayne, how Dick reacts to that. I think their relationship would meld well. Even the idea that Batman Beyond, his personality is not so bleak and serious and stoic like Batman's. It might be a fun matchup to watch, but also you could have some really dark, serious moments because the characters are not completely high-spirited. They're not all about jokes, but they'll have their fair share of lighthearted moments and then really dark, high-strung, stressful moments. So that would be my duo team, and just for an honorable mention, I'm throwing this in. Tim Drake, for me, would be the on-call guy. If they really needed extra help, if Dick Grayson couldn't be there or something like that, Tim Drake is the next go-to. And honestly, that is me being a little biased because I love Tim Drake and I want to see him utilized more. So there you have it. That is my opinion on this situation, and that's kind of where I would go for the saviors of Gotham if Batman was gone for a prolonged amount of time. So now in the comments below, let me know what you think. Who would be the two characters that you would go with out of this list, and even give me your third, your honorable mention. Someone here, those two characters characters would use for backup. With that being said, I hope you all enjoyed the video, guys, and until the next one, I will talk to you all very soon.